Good morning. It's probably not morning for you, but um, I just woke up and I thought of a video idea last night that I had. This is something that I've wanted to share in some format for a while, and I just always see myself telling this story, and I was like, I have been needed to do that, and I can't believe I remembered. So must be God. So it's kind of silly, and I don't know. Maybe it'll speak to somebody. It doesn't take but a few minutes to share, but the trend is I say, oh, this is going to take a few minutes, and then it's like 30 minutes, but literally, okay, so I have some kindergarten memories, okay? And this video is going to be so random, I can tell. And there's one that I think about constantly. It's just become this thing in life. Um, I don't know if I genuinely needed to learn that lesson or I just needed the metaphor to tell people about. But um, so it's kindergarten, and I don't know if I should tell it from the adult perspective first. Um, Basically, we it's the day that we're all going to take the standardized national test of our intelligence. I obviously have no idea of that. So, and the way that they decided to do it was to have it in groups where the first group goes and takes tests and then the next group goes and takes tests. Well, I just remember being 5 years old and the teacher says to us, like, hey, do you guys want to take the test? Like, who wants to take the test and who wants to do recess? Like, that's how I hear the decision, or the ultimatum, I guess. Do you want to take the test or do you want to go outside? And I'm like, I want to go outside. Like, I honestly, I don't even know why I wouldn't have, tests are fun. I like to test. So, but I was like, I'd rather go outside. So that's how it was told to me. So then a bunch of us, we go outside. So we're outside playing. And then suddenly the teacher like calls us like inside and she's like, okay, now it's time for you guys to take the test. And I was like, what? I specifically said that I'd rather go outside than take the test. And then I realized, like, oh, it wasn't an either or. She was asking us who wants to go and take the test first, and then go outside, or who wants to go outside first and then take the test. And I misunderstood. Honestly, though, I think she might have been pulling a little flim flam on the kids. And she didn't really make a whole bunch of effort to make it super clear. Either that or it was just the 80s and they didn't really care about your feelings like that. So she didn't really double check if we understood what she meant by that. But yeah, so a bunch of us, after playing outside, had to go inside and do a test. And I was among these people. And I remember just thinking, like, if this ever happens to me again, I'm going to pick taking the test first and then going outside, because at the time it must have sucked a lot. It sucked a lot because I did not anticipate that there was going to be a test coming at all. So I just thought I was just going to get to play outside. And so then to just sort of I thought I had like completely skirted the test and just was able to rid myself of it. And then to find out, like, oh, not only do I still have to take the test, like playtime is over. And I'm just like, I remember thinking about all these people It's like, man, all these people they went and took their test. Now they get to go outside and play. That's all I got to do, man. That's, must be nice. Like, I remember having that sort of thought about that. And when I tell you that I think about this all the time, I think God brings it up to me all the time, because it's just such a perfect metaphor for probably all of life and what people are doing out here. It's like, I'll just be thinking about, sinners and life and what people don't realize, and that thing will just pass by my memory. It's just me outside, of on a porch or whatever, playing bingo. I remember specifically there was dried beans. People was outside doing a variety of things. We were all doing different stuff, and that teacher came outside and really told us to come back inside. Playtime is over, and just blindsided. And then next thing I know, I'm sitting in a quiet room doing a test. It was just like, so do I really have to lay that out for you as to what that applies to? But yeah, I think about that all the time. So that's what it's going to be for a lot of people. I mean, they're going to be really like, wait, we still have to do that? Like, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And then the people that, did their test first, now all they get to do is play. So, it's not like they didn't like playing. It's not like they didn't think playing was great. But, it's a matter of priority. If you really like doing it, then prioritize it. Which is kind of funny. It's like, you think God is like trying to like squash your fun or whatever. And it's like, no, he cares more about your fun than you do, because the way you're doing it, you're going to cut it short and never get to do it again. So yeah, I think people don't understand God's priorities. Like, they don't understand that God is trying to, in a lot of cases, he's after the same goal that you are. You just think you have a better way of getting to it than he does. Yeah. The last 24 hours, I just remember just being sickened by so many things that I saw. I don't even remember what all that I saw, but just this world is so lost and so blind. And it's like it's so bad. It's not just a little bit blind, a little bit lost, a little bit turned around. It's like, if you're turned around and you also have long-term memory loss, and all you have is your short-term memory. And it's literally like Memento out here. Like, you were about to learn a lesson, or you're about to realize that something you did was the wrong decision, and then you're introducing yourself again because you just completely, you're lost and you're an amnesiac. Like, that's why it's like, okay, the time is at an end. It's like, humanity is never going to be this lost. There's certain things that have to take place. I don't know. I don't understand why people don't. I don't know. It's just, I just have had to discover over time that people really don't understand what makes them tick, and what, the things that they put in their own way. It's like, dude, this is going to make it way worse for you to be able to. It's just, I don't know. I can't even really explain it. I hope my speaker's still working. The other thing that literally just kind of came to my mind, I was watching this video. I was watching I got caught in a web of Facebook, and I was watching this video, and it was it was a skit. It was a comedy skit, and it was about like basic. I don't know if you've ever heard the term basic B, or whatever. If you're a basic B, it means that you are, the things that you like are, you know, mass produced. Everything that if you're a white woman, and there's a meme that's like the white woman package, and it's all this stuff in it. It's like a box of wine and freaking, I don't know. I'm just whatever it is. But it's like all of your tastes could be put in a meme, and that's who you are. It's like you're basic. You don't have any sort of outside nuanced things about you that are, it's like you like whatever mass produced art they're making at Target and Hobby Lobby, and you're putting it in your house, and you're, passing it off as like the most original thing. You're so proud of it, blah, blah, blah. And it's really funny, this whole, that whole attitude, like, which has always been around. And it's basically pride and some other stuff mixed together. I'm sure there's some good something that it originates in, that's like, I don't know, humans wanting to be seen as unique and whatever. But I just have always, it's really funny, like, I probably lean towards basic, but I also I have that thing in me that's like, like unique taste, always been able to um, sort of surprise somebody with my taste in something. And I could have really leaned into that in my life if I really wanted to, but I just didn't want to. I just feel like, I don't know, I'm like the Apostle Paul of like pop culture, because I'm just like Apostle Paul, he was just like, the Jew of Jews, and like taught by the best, and like just a Pharisee that, hailed from a line of Pharisees and all of this stuff. It's like, listen, I could have went all the way in. I could have stayed in school and got the PhD in that person. And, you know, I could have just really strived towards being that unicorn, the black unicorn. But I knew I knew enough to know that none of that matters, and it doesn't matter, and that basic things are fine. Basic things are like, God is basic. And I think that's literally like a whole branch of Christianity. Like, I feel like all the deconstruction people are just people who are trying to fight being basic, but God is basic. Like, there's a whole that everyone is trying to avoid that, and it's pride. No one wants to everyone has something to say about the Bible thumper and anybody who has a nickname, which is the only person that anybody remembers, really, I guess. And you're trying to say that you're not that person. And it's like, oh, you don't realize that's a snare, so that God can play that back for you when you say that you're not a part of his basic bunch. He's basic. What's more basic than the sunshine and, liking summer and water and all the good things in life? Like, and when we get to heaven, we're going to be doing all the basic things. And when we get to heaven, he's going to have basic stuff on our walls of our basic mansion, because he knows we like it. And yes, it will be a mansion. Like, oh no, that's just a translation. It's like, no, it's going to be a big, giant, gaudy monstrosity. Because it's not like we don't know that more is more. It's just that here is not the place to try and get it. Heaven is the place to try and get that. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of, if it was monetarily based, it'd be a lot of money being thrown around. It's going to be in your face. I'm sure there's some places, where there's going to be humble, humble people living in humble places because that's what they like. And we're going to all be able to go visit those places and see them all. And um, yeah, I just think that if you don't, you got to lean into the basic. It's a trap of the enemy to try and be like, oh no, I'm more sophisticated. No, you're not. But you're not, though, is the thing. Like, and there's so much, the basic is worth being studied. Like you being a unique snowflake, it's like, okay, well, nobody's going to put money towards understanding just you, but like understanding huge hordes and masses of people. I don't know. I just saw that today and I just thought that's just really a big trap. And so many people fall into it of trying not to blend in or trying to stand out from the crowd, trying to be unique and wanting to be seen as unique. And it's like, you are unique. So don't fall for that. Don't try and like buy the world's ticket, the unique ticket, so that you can be seen as unique. Like you already are. And if you really believe that, like don't apologize for whatever mainstream thing that you like, because that's not really an indication of anything. That should be where, it's like, oh, good, we can come together on this because we're so unique in all these other ways. Um, so it's good that we have something that we can all agree on. But instead, people are like, oh, of course you like that. That's so basic, blah, blah, blah. It's like, um, in the absence of a shared language, you want one. And then when we all have one, you want to have a unique one. It's just, again, people doing the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. I had something that I was almost going to say, but I forgot it. So I'm going to just leave it there for now. I might do two today. I don't know. We'll see.